Good afternoon. This is the June 26, 2025 Zoning Board of Adjustment regular meeting. My name is Matt Perry, and I'm chair of the board. I will now call this meeting to order and ask the clerk to call the roll so that we may verify the presence of quorum.
Board Member Callahan. Present. Eichholz.
Here.
Grants Korsch.
Here.
Hutchins is absent. Ingram.
Aye.
Perry.
Here.
Smikarova.
Here.
Wang.
Here.
We have 7 members present.
Let the record show we have quorum. With that, we'll proceed to our agenda, a copy of which was posted for public access to the city's legislative information management system, available at lims.minneapolismn.gov. Is there a motion to approve this agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay. Is there anyone who is against? Hearing none. And with that, the motion passes, and we have an approved agenda. I believe all the board members have seen a copy of the minutes from the June 12th, 2025 Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any against indicate by saying nay. Any abstentions? Yes. Okay. So we have one abstention, and with that, the motion passes. The minutes from the Zoning Board of Adjustment June 12th, 2025 meeting are approved. And so some general instructions, a reminder to applicants and others that if you're going to speak at the public hearing, please sign in on the sheet available from the clerk and speak clearly into the microphone. If you have not signed in, you can do so on your way out. Also to applicants and others, please contact staff after the hearing with any questions regarding your projects. I will read the agenda number, address of the project, and state whether it's slated for consent, continuance, withdraw, return, or discussion. And so let's look at the recommended disposition of our items. We have one land use request agenda item today. It's 5344 York Avenue South, agenda item number 4. Staff is recommending this item for consent. Is there anyone here to speak against this item? Do any board members have any questions about this item?
Board Member Perry, I have 2 questions of clarification for staff.
Sure.
In the staff report, one of the additional findings for the Shoreland Overview District include visibility of the waterway, I believe, from the site. And then in the staff report, it said that there were no impacts on visibility. One of the public comment letters that was attached with the report did note that there were visibility impacts due to the proposed work. Can you just add some point of clarification? There weren't any photos included in the report, so it's hard to know whether that's something we should consider.
Sure. Chair Perry, board member. The additional finding for that specific variance request relates to visibility from the waterways. If I remember correctly, the comments submitted were in reference to the visibility from their property to the waterways.
I believe the letter referenced visibility both ways, both from the waterway to this upwards, in terms of specifically like that the proposed work on the northern or southern side, the edge of where it meets the creek would impact because you would see that new development then from the creek.
Yes, thank you. Chair Perry, board member. The staff's position on that was the visibility from the creek isn't increased by the new development. There's already an existing 2-story structure on the property, so it doesn't, the additional structure is permitted on the property. It doesn't exceed the maximum lot coverage or impervious surface requirements. It's not exceeding maximum height for an accessory structure, so it would be permitted notwithstanding the shoreline overlay requirement. So we found that that finding is met. It's not conflicting with the development of the surrounding area.
Yes,
If I could add on to that a little
please.
bit. There's already development in this area that is visible from the waterway. This new structure would not be any more visible than any of the other existing structures. So that variance finding isn't to say that there will be no change whatsoever, but that it's not going to be a more impactful, visible feature than the existing surrounding development.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask my other just a general question about the Shoreland Overview District? So one of the comments in the staff report talked about that this isn't in violation of the impervious surface requirements for the overall site. I'm curious about sort of the just overall decision about the zoning code of why there's not separate, provisions for impervious surface requirements for properties within the Shoreland Overlay District, given that, impervious surface can often lead to more runoff and problems with erosion, two things that this overlay district is concerned about. So I'm just curious about that in terms of just a broader zoning discussion, or if that's been considered.
Yeah.
I'll jump in on that again if that's all right, Chair. The city's requirements for the Shoreline Overlay District were established by the state of Minnesota. Our ordinance is based on state statute and is in compliance with that. So we have chosen not to have a more restrictive standard than required by state ordinance.
Great, thank you.
Any other, does that address the questions?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. Does anybody else have any other questions of staff while we have Mr. Carrier up? Guess not. Okay, thank you. Okay, and there was no one who wanted to speak against this item. So that is our only land use item. So let's review the items on the agenda for consent. They are item number 4. Is there a motion to adopt this item on consent?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
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 Any against indicate by saying nay. Any abstentions? That motion passes. So if you were here for agenda item number 4, your land use request is approved. Good luck with your project, and thanks for coming downtown. Okay. Mr. Verkota, are there any updates?
Chair Perry, members of the board, I will update you on 2 items that were heard at your June 12th hearing, which have been appealed. The first is for 4640 17th Avenue South. This was a setback variance requested to allow installation of artificial turf for a school. That item has been appealed. The other is for 4428 Edmund Boulevard. That was an appeal of the decision of the zoning administrator. That item has also been appealed. Those will go to the July 15th BIZ hearing.
15th. Okay. Any questions of Mr. Verkota? I see none. Thanks for those updates. With that, we've completed all of the items on our agenda for this meeting. Our next meeting is July 17th, 2025, and I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.